readers, welcome back to our channel Unboxing Perspectives. I am Kanika and I am here today with a new video where we are going to talk about the Twilight series. So this is our first video where we are talking about an entire series, and what we do actually here is that we talk about books, we talk about music, we talk about movies and various art forms available which we can connect to our literature, which we can connect to various books that we have with us. So this is what we are doing on this channel, and if you have not yet subscribed to it but you are interested in the bookish content and you are interested in reading, you are a reader, or even if you are a movie watcher, then also you can come to this channel, find the content and mention in the comment box whether you are resonating with it or not. So in case you have not yet subscribed to it, click on subscribe button as well as the bell icon so that you are notified with every new book that we are reading, every new movie that we are watching and every new connection that we are making in these art forms. So I will start my video today. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Twilight series. So in Twilight series, what we have is, it is a pack of 4 books, okay? It starts with Twilight, then it moves to New Moon, and then there is Eclipse, and then there is Breaking Dawn. So it is stages of night where it starts from Twilight, but then it goes to Breaking Dawn, that is a new morning or a new beginning that they have, right? So what this story basically covers. This story is about a vampire named Edward who is living from like 1500 or 2000 years, but yet again he is going every day to the higher school, which he studying the same things which he have been studying over years and years and years, but still going to that high school so that they are accepted in the society. And then there is a protagonist, that is Bella. She is a human, and then this is a love story between these two. Then but there is always the best friend for the protagonist. So there is Jacob, who is a werewolf. Now the first book, that is the Twilight, gives you a basic introduction to all the characters, that is the vampires, the humans, the werewolves, and how they are intertwined through their own lives. So that is the first book. So in case you are a love story reader, or you are a person who loves to know these things, who loves to read the love stories, then you can surely go for it. Yes, but as the book moves forward, it keeps you pushing backward when you try to engage with the story. So the story for Twilight is basic introduction as well as a criteria where a vampire is trying to resist a human and human is trying to go after a vampire, but at the end they end up together. But again, there are lots of discussion about the fact that whether they can be together or not. So that is the basic story of Twilight. Then after moving to next 2 books, which are very difficult for me to complete, like there is New Moon and Eclipse, and these 2 are depressing novels for me. I could not just complete this. So first thing that put me off this was that there is a story between a vampire, a human and a werewolf. So that itself was a demotivating thing. But again, if we talk about fantasy books, then we are used to it, that we have dwarves in our lives, we have magic, we have witches, we have wizards, and we have like elves. So we can accept vampires, werewolves and human beings as well. So being it in a fantasy genre, we can move away from these basic things, right? Then but the thing that threw me back off the track was that the depression phase that was shown from Bella, and how she tried to hurt herself because just because that will make Edward appear in front of her in her dreams. That's it. So that is what is there in the next 2 books, where they accept each other, where they fight with each other, where they go away, where they come back. So that is the entire thing in the entire 2 books. So this thing kind of put me away from these books, and it was quite long stretched, and it was very difficult to move from one page to another. So I could not really connect to this book. And even when we talk about the movies, all the 4 books are adapted into movies, and these 2 movies are similar simply terrible to watch. You cannot go and watch out any of these series, and its adaptation is equally difficult to carry on with. Of course, the story is difficult, so adaptation is difficult as well. But yeah, this is what we had in these two books. Then moving on to the fourth book, that is Breaking Dawn. What happens in Breaking Dawn? When we talk about Breaking Dawn, this book is something where they begin to get used to the things. So Bella and Edward get married in the beginning, and then it starts with their story. So Bella gets pregnant, and that is the basic thing, that how can a human get pregnant with a child of a vampire? So that was something which was very, very shocking. But then it goes with the book. And when we go on with this particular concept, there comes another concept where the werewolf is involved in their lives, and the werewolf is also included. So now the person who loved Bella now loves her daughter. So this is something like really complicated, a world that was built up, and this is something which really put the reader away because of the fact that this is quite difficult to digest, as well as this is written in a manner which is elongated and stretched, and we begin to lose our interest in this particular segment and then in the story as well. So at the end, so what happens is a fight between all the people, all the vampires who are against this particular policy of all three coming together and disclosing their secrets out in the world, and all the vampires coming together. So there is a huge fight, but what happens in the end is something that would be a spoiler. So that would be something I would retain back to me. But here also, this particular book, that is Breaking Dawn, is divided into two parts when you go for the movies. And yeah, this book is quite nicely adapted into a movie. But again, I am on the view that, okay, I am not quite fond of this particular series. So these are the four books by Stephanie Meyer that I am like quite resistant to read again. Or when I was reading it, there were four books. I could not purchase it. I borrowed it from a library. So it was in our school library, and I read it that time. So when I read it, I was okay-ish with the Twilight series. Then I could not complete or pick up the Eclipse and New Moon. I picked it up, I read it through, but I could not complete it. I could not go mostly more than half of the book, even half of the book. And then I started Breaking Dawn, and that was the book that I completed but not loved, right? So when I thought that I could not read the books, let's see what the story is in the movies, but I could not complete the movie either. So that was again, I stuck to Breaking Dawn as a movie and not the other three. So that was the thing that we had about Twilight, and the hype that it created was something that I do not agree or resonate with. So that is something, if you are a love story reader, then too you might find it cringy and not suitable for your taste. But if you still like the vampires, the humans and the werewolves coming together as a family and coming together as a story, then you should go for it. You can go for it, you can read it. And if you are a lover of Twilight series, then do mention in the comment section that which is the part that you loved or which is the part that you liked in these books. So I would like to see it from a different perspective as well. So it was quite a long time back that I read these books. So I might like to read it again in case I get the comments like really the people who really like it. And so that was my review. I was quite having a nestled up feelings about Twilight, which made me like, okay, nobody is hating it already, but I already hate this book. And so I just wanted to brag about it in this particular video. So thank you so much for hearing me out and listening to the entire viewpoint towards the Twilight, that it can be cringy for some people and it can be lovable for others. So this was my perspective toward this book. I hope some of you might agree, and I know some of you might disagree. So in case you are a person who is agreeing or disagreeing, please mention that in the comment section. I would love to know your views for this particular book. And as of for me, I am signing off today. I will come back again with a new review, with a new book, and with a new perspectives. So till then, happy reading.